I think it's great that these people don't have any body image issues.
No, they just seem really comfortable with themselves, and they're happy being, you know, appearing in like nature's most natural state.
Let's just put it this way. You know how you always go, are you filming me? At the Nudist resort, I don't think they do a lot of shooting. Your face.
Did you mean that to sound the way it sounded? Oh, you did? That wasn't an accident?
No, that was an accident.
Good one.
Thank you. Welcome to Red Comics Adventures. I'm Renee Bray. This is my partner.
Renee Bray's partner. Flip Orley.
Flip.
Yes, Renee.
We have big surprises in store tonight. Don't make me start laughing already.
I don't know what surprises we can talk about and which ones are considered blurting.
Well, the one surprise we can talk about is this was supposed to be our podcast, and you were supposed to be leaving for Arlington, Virginia tomorrow, and I was going to be finishing up packing my house.
Oh, that's right. We are able to talk about this one. Correct.
Yes. Our plans have changed. Tell them how our plans have changed.
So if you've been watching the podcast at all, you know we talk about people that we know, people who've come to our shows, people that we have become friends with, people we've been friends with for a very long time. Some people we've gone to high school with and lived in the Magic House together. And in this case, a friend of mine from Lake Tahoe, well, he's originally from the East Coast, but he's living in Lake Tahoe, Nevada. He and his wife are coming to the D.C. area. They're coming in tomorrow morning about 8 a.m. And it was a big surprise to find that we're going to be in Northern Virginia at the very same time.
And he was the first friend of Flip's that I actually got acquainted with. Because Ted calls every morning.
Just about Monday through Friday, usually not weekends. But yeah, he calls just about every morning on his way to work.
And so we talk on the phone all the time, and I absolutely love Ted. And he's talked about his wife. I've met his wife over the phone. And so when they said they were coming into D.C., Flip said to me,
Renee, I think you're making a big mistake not going to Arlington because you're going to miss out on meeting Ted and Susan.
Joanne.
On meeting Joanne, on meeting Sarah and Andrew, on going to the shows. It's just going to be a hoot of a weekend. I think you ought to reconsider your plans.
So I said, I will think about it. Of course I'm going.
It's amazing because when I talk to Ted, he goes, I'm going to be in Northern Virginia on Friday. I go, me too. He goes, which Friday? I go, this coming Friday. He goes, well, I'm going to be there this Friday. I'm like, well, me too. He goes, which Friday? Who's on first? So when we realized we really both were going to be there, he's like, we absolutely have to do lunch on Friday. I'm like, that'd be great. Now, Renee has talked to Ted a bunch of times, like, again, 5 days a week, roughly.
Right. And it's usually for an hour to an hour and a half every morning.
He's got a long commute. And so we talk sometimes even on the ride home from work back home, but almost every day. He's a very, very, very dear friend.
And he's very funny.
And I haven't seen him for a while. In fact, if you know anything about me and my history, we did, Ted and I, and my son actually as well, a short documentary called Pistachio, A Love Story. And that has to do with my tattoos and the bad choices I've made. Ted was the one who pushed me to do it. He did the editing for it. He entered us in 30 or more film festivals around the world. We got into 11 film festivals and won one of them. So
and actually, I think we should post on our YouTube channel sometime in the next couple of days, Pistachio, the Love Story, because it is a really funny film.
It's funny at my expense, but funny nonetheless. By the way, for those of you on Renee Bray's Facebook page, we're in a very small hotel room. and the phone, there's no place to put the phone other than at the foot of the bed. So we can't, I see that people writing stuff. I feel horrible. Oh, Ted's on there. Ted wrote something.
Hey, Ted.
We can't see what you wrote, Ted, but I see that you wrote something. We're going to see. Can you tell us on Friday what you wrote?
I was going to say, I'll be able to read the comments by then. But so anyway, I'm very excited to meet Ted. You guys, we plan to get pictures of him, as we always do. We may even do a live breakfast with Ted.
Ted, we've been talking about a live breakfast show multiple times, and we've talked about doing it with you. We even said that to you, and maybe if you have the inclination, maybe we might just do that.
Except
Live.
live. So that's exciting. Also, we had a great weekend.
I have to agree with you.
We went to Thursday night. We're with our buddy, our favorite Packy,
That would be Bash.
right at the Twisted Oak in Dade City. And you go, Dade City, what's in Dade City? Absolutely nothing. But a marvelous bunch of people who came out to see the comedy show, and they were excellent.
You know, so there's going to be, how do I put this? There's going to be a level of comics. Comics who, you know, without being silly about this, comics who work stadiums, who work arenas, who work 3,000, 5,000 seat theaters, right? And they've got management and agents and publicists. They're never going to do like a small room like that. I get it. But there's a level of comics somewhere between fairly skilled open mic night comic all the way up to just a road comic headliner who could work rooms like this on an off night. Maybe that's not the bulk of what
Maybe
you do.
you're going to South Florida. This Thursday night is a great one to pick up. If you guys are interested, you can always get in touch with me on my Facebook page, through my email.
But here's what I was going to say about it. A lot of comics that are just road comics, middle acts, also known as features and headliners, they're like, oh, I would never work a small room in Dade City. It's beneath me. And I'm here to tell you, if you're doing theaters and arenas, yeah, I get it. But I can't do my show in that particular room as an example. The stage is too small and I can't get volunteers up there. But you never know, especially if you're picking up a night between places, you never know what material you might write, what people might be in the audience, who you might meet.
And here's another thing I think is the most important part. When I was first starting out in comedy, I never said no to a gig. Renee, we got a gig for you at a strip club. I got a gig for you at a nudist colony. All right. We're sending you to gay bars. All right. You're going to Texas. Okay. I never cared. It's a learning experience every time. And for somebody like us, that old dogs new tricks, but we had an absolute blast working that room. And what nice people.
You know what? Honestly, I don't want to say I was nervous because I don't get nervous really before shows, but I wasn't sure how the night would go. I mean, it was a small room. I just
And it's not like we've been doing Road Comics Adventures live all that much. So we're still getting our feelings in there and feeling our way through it. But oh my God, we had a great time and the audience loved it. Then we moved on the next night to Ruskin,
yeah. Oh, the Firehouse.
the Firehouse Cultural Center, with my buddy Beth Ann Stein.
Loved her. Could not have been nicer.
She was awesome. We had Chris, the executive director, there. And what a great
Also
time that was.
wonderful. And by the way, a connection to Louisiana, and ends up having all kinds of crawfish boils and other kind of Louisiana fare, I think, as fundraisers and also cooking for friends and family.
Yeah, it was just great. Packed house. But the beautiful thing was people who have always come to see my shows, and mostly Lakeland, a lot of Ruskin people from all over. We had, when you know half your audience by name, that's always interesting.
That's going to be Friday night at the Arlington Draft House for me.
Yes, and it was last Friday night for me. And I remembered one lady's name in particular really easy because what was her name, Flip?
Let's see. I know it was not Renee,
No, it was not.
but it may just very well have been Renee Bray. But I bet she spells Renee different than you.
Yes, she does. Isn't that amazing? You actually remembered her name and that it was spelled differently than mine. But she had been out to see my show several times, and the people really welcomed the new show that we're doing, the Road Comics Adventure Live. We're Not Dead Yet tour.
They could not have been nicer, honestly. Again, Thursday, and just getting back to that, you're right. You never know what you're going to learn, new, like old dog, new tricks. But, the thing for comics, I think they sometimes forget or don't realize is that every chance you get to be on stage, you're right, does teach you something and does make you a better comic. And, I don't know, there's no room that I wouldn't at least consider saying yes to.
Well, that's the way I feel about it. And then we move on after we finish Thursday. We went to Ruskin on Friday. And also, if you guys look on our YouTube video or on Facebook pages, you will see that I got to hook up with a friend of mine from high school.
Oh, was that yesterday?
No.
Oh, wait, what?
In Ruskin.
A friend of yours from high school. Oh, yes.
And what's her name? Kara Kessler.
It's coming to me. Wait a minute. I hear it. Carol Kessling?
Yes. Yeah. And so we made a video. There's a lot of people from my hometown of Wilmington, Ohio that live in Florida, and we run into them occasionally, and we have a couple more coming out. But moving on from Ruskin, Sunday night you did the gig that initially reconnected us.
In Fort Myers, a young lady got a hold of the Renee and asked if Renee could find an act that would be really fun for her group. And
see, I love how you just butchered that. What she said was, I want a show that will blow the roof off the place. And I said to her, I've got the guy. And I said, he's never performed down here to my knowledge, but I don't know if he's still alive or still doing comedy. Give me a couple of days. And I found out he was still doing comedy. Is he still alive? Yeah. Jury's still out.
Not dead yet.
Well, I think it's funny because that's kind of how we come up with Not Dead Yet.
Yeah. Well, no, it's so weird because the first 2 or 3 weeks we started talking on the phone, we both have just a wealth of comics that we've met over the years. And so we were kind of comparing notes.
And quite honestly, it's funny because when you go out to work a comedy club, Flip did most of his shows by himself. But when I would walk into a comedy club, I could potentially be working with 2 people that I had never met before. And one of the first things you do is you sit down with somebody at a table and go, hi, I'm Renee, I'm your headliner. And the other 2 comics will introduce themselves. Where are you from? Blah, blah, blah. And then you start looking for who do you know?
Right.
And it's kind of like once you figure out who knows who, it's kind of like which family do you belong to? And that's what we started doing.
Although, for me, I didn't have a lot of that because, like Renee said, I worked by myself. So I don't even spend time in green rooms because I feel like I'm in a timeout. If you're in a green room with 2 or 3 other comics and maybe they have a posse, or what are they called now? An entourage, a posse?
Oh, I don't know. A bunch of hangers on.
Then it's a party. It's a party in the green room. But when you're doing a one-man show, you feel like you did something wrong because you're just sitting there staring at walls. So, but over the years, I've met a number of people. And the first several weeks we spoke, it's like, hey, do you know this guy? He's like, oh, he passed away. Do you know that gal? Oh, she passed away.
Yeah, it was the Who Is Still Living tour, which is funny because my friend Wendy that you worked for, I had blatantly said to her, I don't even know if he's still alive. Because when I retired, I'd gotten off of Facebook and everything, so I didn't know a lot about anybody.
Right. Well, still living, still breathing, still kicking, still doing.
And still making crazy mistakes because
That's what I do.
5 months later,
So speaking, I'm segue. I'm circling back.
oh dear God, help me. I have no idea where he's going.
So Renee had mentioned she'd work anywhere, and like she did a strip club, right? I didn't. Oh, I did too. I did strip clubs early,
There's good news.
early
folks.
on.
There's good news. I'd like to apologize in advance to the people he's about to offend.
No, so when I did, it was way back when in Phoenix, and it was a club called Fantasy Island. It used to be a Polynesian restaurant called the Islands, and I guess they went under, and so someone else opened it, and they had two rooms. One where men strip for women, one for where women strip for men. I did comedy along with my other comedy buddies in the room where men strip for women. I was the first comic
Oh my God.
on the first night.
Uh,
And as it turns out, I was unaware, but they had not publicized.
well, well, you know, I have worked with two male review groups, the Chippendale Dancers and
Right.
the Suncoast Calendarmen, and I would host and MC their shows. And the first time I walked out, the women were like, "What the hell is she doing here?" I won't tell you what my joke was.
I don't remember my jokes. All
Oh,
I know.
I remember the first joke I said because they booed me when I walked out because they thought they had been screwed over. And do you know that thing you do on stage where they think you are without clothes?
I do a suggestion, and the reason why I did it.
Oh, dear God.
No,
this is
no, the
this is
stereotypical.
becoming story time with
The stereotypical thing hypnotists would do is they'd go, you know, when your eyes come open, you're naked, which I think is horrible, you know, and I'm not going to go into all the reasons I think it's horrible, but it's horrible, right? And I thought I'll do a twist on
Really?
it.
Because we're doing a whole hour podcast.
Well, maybe, you know what? Maybe we'll circle back around and I'll give more detail. But I just thought
Ted is dying right now. He is just dying.
I thought it'd be a funnier twist to make myself the pun intended butt of the joke. Yeah. And the reason why I thought it would be better to where I was naked is if the audience looked at me like this, not the audience of volunteers, it's a great response, right? But if volunteers looked at me like this, it's a great response. And either way, they can choose to look or not look, but they themselves are intact.
Okay, I've got a breath now, so I can go on with my story.
Well, I actually wasn't finished with my story, so but
No,
you go and then because I'll remember where I left off.
Oh, there's great news for me. So that bit you do where you tell them the front of your clothes are coming off and that you have a very large appendage. Basically, I said the same thing. And I said, before you boo me, you don't know how big my appendage is.
Wow.
And that kind of quieted everybody down. I said, now, I am going to be the host and MC for this evening. And I've prepared a large group of beautiful men. Kind of the same thing that I say when I introduce you.
Well, not nearly the same, but way to go. Well, we'll go with that one, Renee.
I thought you'd appreciate that. And that every time you do that bit with the hypnosis, that's what I think about.
Makes sense. So I was the first comic on the first night that they had comedy at a strip club, and they didn't promote it. So here's what they did. They go, come to the main stage. Please welcome Bob the fireman. And Bob would come out and he'd be wearing like fireman garb, right? And he would, you know, he had like...
Lived it, my friend.
So you know what I'm talking about, like completed...
I was the one going, and here's Bob the fireman.
And I was like, now come to the main stage is Chuck the police officer, right? And then all of a sudden, like, and now please welcome to the main stage, comic Flip Orley. So I come out wearing clothes, And I grab a microphone. I'm like, hey, how you ladies doing? And you can just see their jaws drop. And I said, nice to be here tonight. And I went into my first joke, whatever it was. And then you could tell that they felt like there was a bait and switch. And then they started screaming at me, take it off. I'm like, hey, you're going to get that from all the other built guys that work out and do things. And I'm going to tell some jokey jokes. And they were screaming. They were drunk and they wanted to stuff money in someone's underwear.
Well, here's the difference between female audiences and the male audiences, because I've worked in both kinds of
Environments.
yes. When I was working in the female strip clubs, and the men were in the audience, the men are more quieter, they're more reserved. The women are, well, the guys were always really nice to me. The women were too. I was really lucky in that way. But it was interesting because the girls would dance one round and then they'd bring me up for 10 minutes.
Right.
And there were guys that go, we were going to leave, but if you're coming up again, we'd like to hear your jokes. And I'd go, you could look at naked women or hear funny stuff. The guys were willing to stick around to hear the funny stuff. Because once you see what somebody's got, you know, that's kind of it.
Not when it comes to women and the men stripping, I found.
Oh, no, the women are crazy.
They're nuts.
Yeah, they are crazy.
So what they did, if I remember correctly, what they did was once they brought up the first comic, in this case it was me, they brought up another couple dancers, then a comic, then another couple dancers, but like it was different comics. They didn't have to see. I said that wrong. I'm sorry, because you're funny. They didn't see the same comic come up and again. But you've got new material, like you could do.
Yeah, I did 6 10-minute sets, which
yeah, that's a headliner set. That's an hour.
yeah, it was a piece of cake.
So, and they screamed at every guy. Every comic came up, you know, like they'd see some guy that wasn't built well, didn't work out, you know, didn't glisten.
Really, a comic?
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. And they grab a microphone and the women were like, oh, here we go again. And they'd scream. So I think the fourth comic on the first night was watching all this hoopla take place. And he decided he was going to give the women what they wanted. Now, this guy was probably about 5'7", without joking, maybe 130 pounds. He was petite. But he wanted to give the women what they wanted. So, and he didn't tell anybody. He did not tell any of the other comics. He snuck backstage. He talked to, I guess, one of the strippers, and he borrowed a G-string.
Oh my God.
And he put the G-string in his pants. So, he goes out to do the set, and the audience is like screaming, take it off. And so he did, right? And now he's wearing a G-string, thinking, I don't know why I thought this, thinking that they were going to then listen to his jokey jokes.
Sometimes comics are not the brightest lights.
It was jaw-dropping. And so once he was like, you know, had taken his pants off, they started screaming, bend over. And so hand to God, I swear to you, I'm not making this up. He did his set with his back turned to the audience, bent over, looking at the audience, like the women, between his legs, holding his microphone.
It was his microphone, you're sure?
Well, no, here's the best part.
See, did you get that?
I did. Oh, Ted's calling. Do you want to, hey, let's.
Hang on, we got Ted calling. And it's not like he doesn't know we're right in the middle of a...
I don't get it, because he was on the thing.
Yeah.
All right, well, there you go. So anyway,
he hung up?
Because he's 130 pounds,
Yeah.
he didn't fill out the G-string, right? Let's just say that it left little to the imagination. When he
let the people go.
When he bent over to talk to the audience and talk through his legs, the hostages were fully freed.
Let the people.
Horrible. However, it was less horrible because it wasn't me, and it's one of those. It was one of those memories that I will take to my grave with me.
And now so will the rest of us.
You're welcome.
We also had a great experience on Monday. We've been busy. Actually, I was never this busy on the road before. I used to spend my afternoons shopping. Then I'd go out and do shows at night.
Right.
And then the next day we might go to a movie in the afternoon. And then you'd go do shows at night. Basically, you're bored for 20 hours to 23 hours in a day when you're traveling on the road, right?
Yeah, you're in the comic vault. You're just waiting to do your set.
Right. You're just waiting for your show. But with the production company and everything, it's been kind of crazy. We had a bunch of interviews scheduled for the documentary, and everybody wanted to change plans. Some people got called into their regular jobs,
Right.
blah, blah, blah. And we were like, one of the other things we wanted to do was shoot a commercial for an upcoming event we're having at the Aspirations Winery on May 2nd in Clearwater, Florida.
Right.
Man, Bill at the winery, what an amazing guy he was, wasn't he?
He was charming. He was knowledgeable. He was friendly. He was very easy to talk to, and I learned a hell of a lot.
He's been great to work with. And, I'm impressed when a guy's got, our show was coming up on May 2nd, and I walk in and I see our posters up all over the place.
Yeah, it was really nice.
It was really nice. But we learned a lot about wine. We are working on the commercial because Flip will be doing the editing from our film. And I don't want to tell you much about it because I want you to watch our video when we get it done and some of the things that we do with it. But it's a beautiful place and tickets are on sale. You can go to fliporley.com, and it is again in Clearwater. And I have a lot of friends from my hometown in Clearwater.
Really? By the way, hometown? Wilmington, Ohio.
I said, I have a lot of friends that live in Clearwater that are from my hometown.
Right. Wilmington's your hometown, and they now live in Clearwater.
Mm-hmm.
I was just letting people know where you're from if there's new people watching.
Uh-huh. I thought you might jump in with a little tidbit of information. Do you hear the wind whistling through his
Yeah, the
head?
gerbil has fallen off the wheel. What are you talking about?
Jim Leonard
Right.
came to visit us at the winery.
True.
How do I know Jim Leonard?
From the old country?
I went to high school with him.
Where?
Wilmington, Ohio.
The old country.
Yes, but what I was saying was, and then you could say, and one of them actually popped in on him.
Dude, it's not like we rehearsed this. I had no idea you expected me
I
to
know
say
you
that.
should have saw the blank look on your.
Well, yeah, you know why? Because I was like, what the hell does she want me to say? Something. I'm supposed to say something. This, for those of you watching, this is not scripted. It's not planned.
When they go, I love it when somebody goes, how long does it take you guys to write out the podcast and stuff, the script?
We don't outline
what?
it. We don't discuss it ahead of time. So, and although we're mostly in each other's heads most of the time with a lot of things, every once in a while we'll get one of these. So
That's me waking up during the middle of a movie and going, yeah, this is really good.
So circling back around. Segue.
Well, I got something else, too.
About what?
I got a great phone call today.
Oh, well, let me segue back around. We're going to go back and forth. So.
Oh, we are.
I don't know. Did you really? No, I know I did. Did you really work a nudist colony?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
One or more than one?
I have worked several.
Really?
Yes. The last one that I had worked was in Orlando, and my son drove me over there, and he made me get out of the car.
Yeah. Way to change that. Nice save.
There are some days where I just go, really, really, I blame Wendy for this.
Yeah, no, she was the catalyst.
Yeah, Wendy Catalyst. I'm going to change your name in my phone, my cell phone directory to Windy Catalyst. Um, but he dropped me off and made me walk like 3 blocks because he wouldn't even stop at the front gate.
Oh,
So
wow.
the nudist, they don't like to be called a colony.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh no, they don't like that at all. They pointed that out really quick to me.
Yeah, you know, certain.
Nudist resort.
Oh, it's a resort.
Yes.
Oh. Now, this will sound horrible. And
Surprise!
I don't mean it to. I don't mean it to. I worked one nudist resort. And I think that at some point in a person's life, usually when they're younger, they assume that a nudist resort is going to be filled with
The beautiful people.
like sexy, beautiful, like runway models and Playboy bunnies and Chippendale dancers. And that's what people expect to be there. And the people that I saw at the nudist resort when I worked there were just regular folk, all different ages, all different sizes.
You know my friend Ken Reed, Ken and Becky,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
out of Colorado, and Ken's a comic. He had the best joke ever. He goes, "Why is it that the ugliest people are also the most naked people?" And it is kind of true. Um, I think it's great that these people don't have any body image issues.
No, they just seem really comfortable with themselves and they're happy being, you know, uh, appearing in like nature's most natural state.
Let's just put it this way. You know how you always go, "Are you filming me?" At the nudist resort, I don't think they do a lot of shooting. Your face.
Did you mean that to sound the way it sounded? Oh, you did. That wasn't an accident?
No, that was an accident.
Good one.
Thank you. I would curtsy and do my little happy dance.
That's curtsy worthy. That was. Wait, I thought you accidentally backed into that one.
Oh, at the nudist resort, you don't want to accidentally back into nothing.
So, but here's my guess, and I don't know this for a fact, but I'm just guessing. If you're a comic and you do a show at a nudist resort, they sit in the audience, you're on stage, you have a microphone, you tell your jokes, they laugh or they don't, and then that's it.
Do you remember your opening joke at the nudist resort?
I don't.
Oh, I remember mine.
I have no doubt.
I go, "I can't believe I spent 45 minutes picking out an outfit to wear." This is the one time nobody gives a shit about what my clothes look like.
That's funny.
And that's all I could think of. I can't believe I worried about what I was wearing. Now, there were some people, because it was a dinner show, some people dress for dinner, some people don't. But they all carry towels around with them,
Right.
and they all put the towel down to sit on it because it's more
Hygienic
hygienic.
is the word we'll go for.
That's the one we'll use because I was thinking something else.
So a lady, a booker, contacted me and she asked me if I would do this. I was going to be somewhere in Virginia, and she goes, "Oh my gosh, you're doing a show Friday, and I've got a gig Saturday. You know, you can sort of piggyback them." I'm like, "All right." She goes, "I think it's about an hour from where you're doing your show." And I go, "Great." And she goes, "It's a nudist resort." And I go, "No, thanks." And she goes, "Why?" I go, "I don't want to do my show naked. Like, I'm not. She goes, "Well, you don't have to be. They prefer it,
Oh, yeah.
but you don't
That's
have
a
to be."
no-go.
And I go, I think I'm going to pass. And we went round and round, and she actually called me names.
Was it a Virginia booker?
No, she's from the
Oh, I just wanted to
no
find out.
Michigan or Ohio. But she called me a wussy, but that wasn't the exact word. But it sounded like that. And long story short, I took the gig. And here's the difference between doing comedy at a news resort and doing hypnosis at a news resort. A lot of times when I do my show, when I talk to volunteers, I want to be out of the audience's sight lines. So my knees are kind of shot from doing this, but I get into like a catcher's stance so that I can be close enough body
So
to
eye
them.
level is a little uncomfortable, is what you're
Let's
saying.
just say that I came face to face with all kinds of
We did
things.
what?
I came face to face with all kinds of things that made me felt like I needed a medical degree. And I wasn't happy. I felt like I wanted to say,
Well, you know how it's a disadvantage tonight that I can't see my phone to read the comments because it's
yeah.
so far away because my vision is so bad. It was actually an advantage that night.
And me, I had LASIK, so I got 20/20 going on. I'm like, open up and say, come on.
Yeah, well, it's funny because I'm kind of ballsy as a comedian, and people think that I'm that way all the time. I'm basically kind of a very modest.
Oh, you're demure. That might be French, I'm not sure.
It is. I
Is
was
it?
so proud of you right there. I hope Cindy Villers is on because her mom was my French teacher.
I know. I spoke French because of Cindy Viller's mom.
Okay, in the Magic Hat.
In the magic.
But yeah, in a lot of ways, I really am. I'm kind of just very old fashioned. And, I don't want to know that much about a man before I know his name. And
Well,
you can't walk around going like this.
well, here's the best part. So I did this show. Had to have been January, February, right? It was one of the colder months in the
In
year
Virginia.
in Virginia. It was cold. I mean,
Well, there wasn't a lot showing because
it was butt ass cold, so to speak. And so when everybody showed up,
if you knew the jokes I was at, and
I have no doubt. Everybody showed up with like wearing parkas and all kinds of other outerwear, and then it was 5 minutes of showtime. They have outerwear on. They have 3 minutes of showtime, and they have outerwear on. I'm like, oh my gosh, I dodged a bullet. This is gonna be just a normal show. It's just gonna be a normal show, right? And they go, ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime, and like it was choreographed. 200 people stood up and they dropped trow like a marching band ready to run off the field. It was jaw dropping. And then it was like, really, is the show going to be better now? Like you were fine 2 minutes ago and now you're naked for no good reason. Like, why'd you have to go and do that?
No, God. I'm laughing because I thought I heard. My son has been really good this week since we've been here.
He's always good, but he's been incredibly gracious and helpful.
And I say he's a kid, but he's a 42-year-old kid. But he has helped us take care of Storm a lot because we've been working out of Orlando and driving quite a bit. And I just want to tell you, I'm a little disturbed about whether Storm's going to get in the car and go with us tomorrow.
I'll tell you why I think she will.
Because Ryan won't be here?
And I'm stronger than she is. I can pick her up.
Okay.
I mean, if she involves her mouth, I've got problems. But if she doesn't bite me, and she never has, and she's not an aggressive dog, unless you're a dog and then she's an aggressive dog and you don't like dogs. But no, I mean, I can pick her up and put her in the car. She doesn't have a big choice. Now, she can pout. She can pout.
Oh, she is not going to be happy on the ride tomorrow. Because when my son and I got to the hotel tonight, she hadn't seen me all day today. She saw me yesterday. She saw me yesterday? Yeah, she saw me yesterday. No.
I picked you up.
You picked me up at the house. She did not see me yesterday and didn't see me all day today. And I was expecting maybe oh my God, I was afraid she was gone kind of thing. And what I got was, your son better be with you. And as soon as he walked in the door, she lost it. Absolutely lost it. Do we have a comment?
Oh, yeah, no, we're fine. No, I just,
Okay.
I saw a weird warning thing on YouTube, and I didn't know what it was. And it says, guard your privacy. Yes, like that's not important.
As we're talking about the nudist resort.
I did a swinger party. Have you done one of those?
Yes.
You've done a swinger party?
Yes.
You've done a swinger party.
New Year's Eve. Remember, I told you I did the. This was one of those years where it started out really good because I got booked at a gay bar to do New Year's Eve, and we ended the show right at 11:30 because they had planes. And so I got a call from this swingers party that was just a few miles away, and they wanted me for New Year's Eve. And I said, well, I can't get there till probably right after midnight. And they go, perfect. And they were paying too much money for me to turn them down.
Well, it's funny. I think I told you the story with me.
You
A guy who saw my show at a club contacted me, and he said, he goes, do you do private events? Now, normally when someone says, do you do private events, that usually means like a corporate event, like for a Fortune 500 company.
like Xerox,
IBM,
American Airlines,
Microsoft,
yeah, Sherman-Williams Paints.
something along those lines. You know, I've done them for Merck. I've done them for, Procter & Gamble. I've done a bunch of like really big Fortune 500 companies. So when they say, do you do private shows? Yeah.
And yes, we do, because those are the ones that pay the most money. Because you have to be very specialized to do those kind of shows.
Well, they've got an HR department that is really watching everything you say.
Oh, yeah. Would you risk it on us? This is why social media not being in existence was wonderful for
It
me.
was a huge helper.
Because all these comics want to post all their videos on YouTube. I never posted anything because it takes one little thing to totally screw your career.
Either a misspoken word or something that one person gets offended by that nobody else would.
Or they just look at one joke you do and they go, oh, they're not funny.
Right.
They don't realize it's an entire show. But go ahead and tell your story. Like I could stop you if I...
Well, even if I have to keep circling back to it, I will finish the story. Because that's how I do.
Oh, I know.
So this guy, I go, yeah, I do private events. And he goes, great. And he goes, I'm having a house party. And I said, oh, no, thank you.
Nightmares. There's nothing controllable about a house party. People are getting up and down, their hands in the pretzel bag. And at a swinger party, God only knows.
Well, he didn't say a swinger party. He said, I'm having a house party. Oh, I said house party. I'm like, no. And he goes, why? And I started to explain to him what Renee was saying. You know, it's a bad environment. My show's not going to work. People won't listen. They're going to be milling about.
And there's never a good sound system.
Never good sound, never good lights, no stage.
You need that for your show.
Yeah. And for me, what I do, never enough people. Like when, people go, do you do a house party? And I'm like, no. They go, oh, we think you'd be great. We have 4 friends coming over. It's like, I don't mean to be a jerk. Like, I'd love to be able to accommodate you.
It reminds me of the Dick Van Dyke Show. He literally had 4 people in his house.
Oh, right. That's absolutely right. So, this guy asked me a couple different times long, no.
I think I have to go answer the door.
No, that wasn't. That was the thing fell down. But go check if you want.
What thing?
The tripod case fell down.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the door.
No. So, so we went round and round, and he finally actually talked me into it. I don't remember how he did it, but he talked to me. He said, I've seen your show a bunch. I know how it works. I can make it right. I promise to be good. My friends are nice. And I'm like, all right.
Now, right there. And the money was right.
The money was right. And he goes, so I go, I'm in. And he goes, really? And I go, yeah. I mean, like, I don't think it's a good idea, but I'm in. And he goes, okay, well, by the way,
you probably got a feeling.
you're amazing. The whole of you. Why'd you have to go and do that?
Yeah.
That's Don't do.
I missed you today.
So he goes, so you're in. I go, I'm in. He goes, you're in. I go, I'm in. He goes, okay, well, one more little tidbit. Do you know what a swingers party is? And I go, yeah. He goes, well, it's one of those. I go, I'm out. He goes, you're out. You were just in. I go, I was in. Now I'm out. He's like, why?
That's what happens at swingers parties there.
I go, look, who's going to want to come see someone get hypnotized to do silly stuff when they could be having sex? It's a swingers party. And he goes, well, it runs for 24 hours. And,
They have to rest sometimes.
they need a break, right? They need some time off for good behavior.
I think you call it downtime.
Okay,
If you thought you were going to tell this story and I wasn't going to be on board, you were incorrect.
no, you're like Julie, the cruise director on board. So with that, I said, I'm out. I'm not doing it. And he was disappointed. Very, very, very nice guy. I swear to you, the next day, not like a week later, not like a month later, the next day, at that time, I was going through a pretty ugly divorce. And my divorce attorney called me.
That would be any time between 1990.
No, 1984 to 2018.
Yeah. So now we know the time frame.
Oh, wait, of that particular divorce or just my
No,
divorce?
you go at that particular time. I was going through a nasty divorce. What's
So
the time frame? Anywhere from 84 to
84 to 2018. Yeah. So at that time, like the very next
I
day,
was being a bitch.
I know that, but I wouldn't call you that because you're demure. So my attorney called me up and they go, by the way, like I've run through the money that you set aside for me as a retainer. You need to pay me like another $5,000.
And you went,
I go, what?
of course I can. I'll be paying you right after the swingers party.
So I hung up with the attorney and I called the swinger party guy back and I go, what's it pay? And he told me, and I'm like, I'm in. And he goes, really, it's a horrible idea. You're making a big mistake. We shouldn't do it, but I'm in. And he goes, really? I go, but I've got conditions. And so I told him my conditions were nobody in the area that I was doing a show. Like if they were in other rooms, everything backyard, I don't care. But and where I was doing a show, nobody could heckle me. I didn't want anybody to be drunk. And there was no nudity or sex during my show. I go, what time do you want to do the show? He's like, I don't know, 10 o'clock at night. I go, what time are people showing up there? He goes, it's from noon on Saturday to noon on Sunday. I go, you want people there for 10 hours having their fun, drinking and being in the hot tub and being outside and then have me come in? I said, absolutely not. He goes, well, when do you want to go? And I go, what time's it starting? He goes, 12 o'clock. I go, I'd like to be on stage at 12:05. He goes, what? I go, yeah.
Oh, no. See, that...
Yeah.
No, that's where you're wrong. Because they've been anticipating this swingers party for a while. I'm just thinking about some of the people I'm thinking about, and I'm thinking 12:05. They are ready to get into the swingers part. You got to give them time to be finished, so at least 12:10.
See, I thought you were being serious, but
that was a math joke.
Well, it was part math, part biology, part behavioral science.
You know, I had a good time doing the shows this weekend. Could you tell?
Well,
I'm on fire.
Rip, raring to go.
Yes.
So he said, really? And I go, yeah, I want to be on. If you want me to do a show, I want people sober. I want people dressed. And I don't want their head in the game when they're thinking about why they're there as a swinger party. And he goes, all right. So I go, and I want to be paid in cash up front. Like,
this is a man that may have had a check stopped on him in his past.
well, or I've had
Somebody hand you a bad check.
well, that's
Or,
happened.
yeah.
I did a club where I didn't
Oh,
know it at the
God, I
time.
didn't know it was going to lead into another story.
Well, no, where the club owner was losing his club and nobody knew but him
Okay.
because he had a coke problem. And at the end of my week, he goes, "Hey, by the way, your show tonight's the last show of our club. I'm shutting the doors, and that whatever money I owe you, I can't pay you. My bad." So yeah, those things happen. So I told the guy, I go, "Look, I want the money, not a check, but cash, and I want it like when I knock on the door, I want you to hand me money before I even come through the threshold."
Smart man.
And I go, "By the way, if I get heckled, if there's sex or nudity, like in the showroom area, I'm leaving then and there with my money.
You're kind of demure, too. Who knew?
I'm a little delicate. I'm kind of delicate. I just want to know he's really serious. If you want a show, I'll do a show, but I don't want to be a sideshow. You know what I mean?
Right.
Let people have their crazy fun.
How long did you do that night?
Hour 45.
Yeah, it's funny because I have gone to do some shows and gone, this is going to be a nightmare. My whole goal is to get through the show and get my cash and get out of there. And sometimes those will turn in to the most amazing shows. Segue.
Well, hang on. I'm almost done. Turns out...
if you've got them, tell them it's probably not that good.
Why are you being mean to me?
I'm not being mean to you. It's that was a sex joke.
Well, yeah, but I just wanted to finish my little story.
I know, but I had a little zinger to stick in there.
So I did an hour 45. They couldn't have been nicer. The volunteers were great. Volunteers were, and I think like 7 out of 8 and 9 out of 10, whatever it was, got hypnotized, and they were great. And then the show came to an end, and I go, "Thank you all so much. You were amazing. I got to be honest, I was worried. I didn't want to do this. I thought it was a bad idea. The guy throwing the party was right. I was wrong. He knows his crowd. I was basing my concerns on stereotypes, but this was lovely."
And then they all got up and went to separate rooms.
No, they go, "Are you done?" I go, "Yeah, I'm done." They go, "You're really done?" I go, "I'm done." They go, "The show's over." I go, "I'm over." I swear to you, this happened. And they all stood up, and like it was choreographed, they all dropped trow immediately. 100 people at this guy's house, they went from clothed to unclothed. And so I collected my belongings. And as I'm leaving, they were stopping me, to chat. And I like chatting. That's all fine. But it's weird.
Nobody would know that from the podcast.
It's just weird when they're sort of hanging out.
You know why you're chatty during the podcast?
Because it's a podcast?
No. Because you've had to listen to me talk all day and you finally got a shot now. And I don't know why tonight, but every sentence you say, I'm writing a joke in my head.
I know.
The creativity is flowing.
Which is lovely. But I was telling a story.
Yeah, I know you were. But segue, I forgot to tell people when we talked about Bash.
Yep.
And the Twisted Oak at Dade City.
Yep.
We've rebooked the date. We're going to be back there August 27th.
Oh, I knew we talked about coming back. I didn't know we had a finalized date. Like
yes,
we do?
because, and we did talk about it, because I actually sent you the confirmation in your email, because we're hooking up Bash's room on Thursday night, and then we're going down to Punta Gorda to work the library comedy.
Puna or Punta?
I don't know. I don't care. It's not French. But everybody knows where Punta Gorda is because that's where Hurricane Charlie hit. That was...
I'll bet if Daddy-O's there from Arizona, I bet he doesn't know where Punta Gorda is.
I bet he can. I bet he can find it.
Well, of course he could.
But I told you. Listen to me. I told you. But no, we did discuss it. We're going to come down to Dade City, work for Bash, and then we're going to go work for my buddy Gordon Meyer at the Library Comedy Club in Punta Gorda, Florida.
Oh.
August 27th, 28th, and 29th.
I'm looking forward to it. Oh, yeah.
You couldn't even look at me in the eye and say that out loud.
I'm looking forward to it. It'll be fun.
But you read the confirmation email because we were talking about it, and then you go, "Oh, you're a little blonde 12-year-old girl. Is what you are. You can't remember anything out here.
Taking up brain pills, I remember everything.
You don't remember anything. I think we're
Remember a
gonna
lot of
have to
stuff.
double up the.
So I'm gonna Paul Harvey you.
What's the rest of the story?
So I'm talking to these naked people at the swinger party,
Oh my God, we still haven't finished that.
and I go, and it was, I mean, it was a little awkward. I just, because everybody's just, they're all naked, and I'm not. And I go, hey, can I ask you all a question? They go, yeah. I go, I'm curious. When I said I was done, and you go, are you done? I go, I'm done. You go, are you done? I go, yeah, I'm done. They go, are you sure you're done? And I go, yeah. And then you all stood up and you all got undressed. What was that all about?
And he had told them, "Don't you dare."
He said, evidently, of all this group of people, 100 people from not only across the country, but from out of the country, other parts of the world, this is like the biggest party event of the year. He does it annually once a year. And evidently, he threatened everyone within an inch of their life. If you break any one of those rules during my show, you'll never be invited back to a party.
Man, if we could only teach club owners how to do that.
I was shocked. I mean, they were on their best behavior.
Segue.
Well, I'm done, so let's segue.
Okay. Guess who I got a call from today?
Oh,
Do you remember me telling you that I saw an ad on Facebook for fur family portraits?
I do remember that, actually.
And her name is Rebecca Rose.
But she's not Becky Rebecca. She's just Rebecca.
Rebecca Rose Portrait Studios. And they were looking for people that were interested in having fur family portraits. Now,
Is it like the glamour shots of the pet world?
well, it's interesting. The photographs, if she's got a wonderful Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, she's got all the social media pages, and I started looking at their pictures, and it's great because it's the family with their dog. And we're a family, but we're kind of like the Addams family. We're a little odd. But I wrote the whole story out because they ask you to send in like an application. And I said to you, do you mind if I do it? Because I think Storm's gorgeous.
And she's a sweet girl, and she's got an amazing story.
Yeah, she really does. And I thought it would be fun and it would be great for us as well, And I don't know why, because we both hate to have our picture taken, which is odd for people who do our job, but
I don't mind being on video. I don't like my picture taken.
I know. And at some point today I go, oh man, I forgot about him. This is going to be a miserable experience.
If you know what a headshot is, it's the 8x10 picture that comics would take. And long before digital photography and the internet and whatnot, you would actually go out and you'd get a photo shoot.
Yeah.
And then you'd print up 8x10s. And I would get an 8x10. They're supposed to be current or fairly current. I would do a photo shoot about every 15 to 20 years.
Yeah, I did too.
I
30-year career.
hated it.
2 photos.
Now, if anybody's like, I'm a little bit more open-minded now if I need to for any reason, yeah.
Anything I have asked you for, you delivered it to me in a matter of minutes. Hey, Flip, I need your bio. Zippity-doo-dah, right in my email box. Everything's been perfect. Hey, Flip, do you have a headshot? Oh, here's a picture. That's not a headshot. Headshot has to be high resolution, blah, 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 blah. It took me a week, and finally, I did my own headshot with you. Remember that?
I didn't send you. I mean, I know the first picture I sent you, I sent it to be funny, and you almost sent it out without looking at it.
Yeah, to a very large client. Do you remember who I almost sent it to? Remember the upcoming client that we've got with several things that we're going to be booking?
No, but you'll tell me later.
She called me today.
Oh, yes.
That's who I almost sent it to.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so that was almost a big...
So as a joke, as opposed to sending like a current photograph of myself referred to as a headshot. I think I sent her a picture of how old was I at the time?
No, you sent me
Oh, I sent
your
a, I
son.
sent a picture, an infant picture of my son.
Yeah. And I was trying to get it off to this person who books multiple venues. And it's a very big contract.
But in my defense, it was kind of funny.
And I had it attached to the email and was about to hit send. And he calls me on the phone and he goes, "Did you find that funny?" Did I find what funny? Well, the photo. What do you mean the photo? And he goes, "The baby picture of his son." And I go, "What?" And he goes, "Didn't you look at it?" "No, I'm trying to get it sent to her." And I should have
It was,
known then that
it was,
managing you was going to be difficult.
it was comedy.
We have laughed so hard about that because, I mean, I was literally within seconds. But no, nowadays you can just take a regular photo of somebody, put their name at the bottom of it, and send it off and make it high resolution through the computer.
Yeah, I mean, it's easier. It's easier now. You don't have to. I mean, honestly, you would literally have to find yourself a photographer that you could work with, book a reservation, show up, probably bringing different changes of clothing, and it was like a model's photo shoot. It was horrible.
Yeah, and it was just terrible. But anyway, back to Rebecca
But
Rose.
but if we ever get sponsors, it would be wonderful, and I'd love to do it.
Can I go back to Rebecca Rose
Hey, you know what I want to hear about?
and her fur family portraits?
I wanna
Because
hear-
I think it's amazing because I looked at some of the pictures. They're really great. You're going to be a nightmare on this. I know it. But they also have a social media person and may allow us to film them taking the pictures of you, me, and Storm together.
Oh,
And
that
it
mi-
would be nice if we had good pictures because, you know, the only pictures we have of the three of us, you know who takes them? You or me. And you take a pretty good picture, but if you look at the pictures I take of the three of us, none of us have foreheads.
that you've gotten better.
Yeah, but these are beautiful pictures. And I think Storm has earned that. So hopefully we will be doing that when in April when we're down here. I really hope they choose us to do this. And
Oh, I thought so. It's not a done deal. I thought it was a done deal.
no, not done deal yet, but we're getting there.
Oh, then I misunderstood all kinds of stuff today.
Go figure. You were thinking about the swinger party.
I haven't thought about the swinger party in a while, but when you mention strip club swinger parties, like, oh, I got stories for this.
Yeah. I know. You don't think I didn't know you had stories, do you?
Well, I mean, honestly, we've both been doing this long enough that chances are, if you bring up a subject, there's a very strong likelihood we've got a story about that subject.
Comedy on a bus?
Oh, I actually avoided that one.
Yeah. Well, I was told it was for a tourist group.
You know that you're holding your hand up to cover your face, right? I'm just saying.
We own a production company. Of course, I had no clue what the hell was going on. But literally, it's a tourist group. Okay, I'll do a tourist group. That's not a problem. They didn't tell me they were moving from one hotel down the road for 80 miles. And just what we're doing that.
Wait, you were supposed to do like a 70, 80-minute set
Yeah.
on the bus drive to another hotel.
Yes. They were traveling and wanted to entertain them on the bus. And you just go, this is what my career's come to. I need to get a job. And of course, I never did.
Still to this day, one of my favorite stories, and I can't think of who the comic was. He was hired to do comedy. I think it was in the Midwest, and it could have been Michigan, but I won't swear to it. I swear to you this is true. Doing comedy at a hockey game between periods, standing atop the Zambonis that cleaned the ice. I swear to God that's true.
You know, you guys Especially if any of you go, you're so lucky you have a glamorous lifestyle. Don't get me wrong, we're lucky.
I love my job.
I do too. And everything good in my life has really come from comedy. Really has.
Right.
If you have any tragedy in your life, comedy helps get you through.
You know, that's the thing. I've got one club in the bag, right? So, like, if you need a smile, I'm the guy. If you need a laugh, I'm the guy, right? But if you're at a funeral, like I still, I've got that one club.
Well,
I'm not the guy.
Let's go back to 60s TV shows. If you're at a funeral, I am Mary Tyler Moore at Chuckles the Clown funeral.
Oh yeah, that was the '70s. Mary Tyler Moore show, the '70s.
70s.
Yeah. A little laugh, a little dance, a little seltzer in your pants. Yeah.
And that's me. You know, it's funny. Can I tell a true story now?
We're taking turns, of course.
So it's my turn. We only have to spend 12 hours in the car tomorrow.
Man.
Hey, I get to be funky because now I'm not getting my hair cut and I'm not getting my dental work done. But I'm going to get to see Ted.
You're gonna meet Ted.
Gonna meet Ted. I'm so
And
excited.
Susan. I feel like
Yeah.
it's romper room. And Andrew and Sarah
Uh-huh.
and Billy and Trish.
So, here's a funny story that you guys might not find as funny as I do. My grandmother was a wonderful little country lady and just adorable. You know the story, right?
No, it's just every time you say that someone is rural, right? There's kind of a pause, like there's this brief pause when you said my grandma, she was a lovely, all good so far, and then you say country. But there's like kind of a pause between syllables. And I'm like, wait, what? And then it's like, oh my God, I'm so glad the TRY happened because like I can't believe
But,
this story
but
is-
she was a farm wife. So my grandpa sometimes would come in from the fields and go, if you want to go to the grocery, we'll go to the grocery. Well, they had 4 kids, and my grandma would insist that all of the kids, just to go to the grocery, everybody had to take a shower. They had to put on clean clothes, and they had to go to do anything. Grandma would say, you got to take a bath and change your clothes. Because she said, what if you're in an accident and you get killed in a car crash? You can't go to the undertaker with dirty underwear. My grandma died in the bathtub.
irony.
I believe so. And it's funny because my grandpa had always made fun of my grandma for this. And the undertaker was friends of the family. And when my mom found my grandmother, the undertaker said to my mom, he said, I'm really sorry. And at the same time, I'm about to laugh. And my mom said, me too. Because they were both thinking the same thing. Grandma would never have wanted to go to the undertaker in dirty clothes. So she had a bath. She died in the bathtub. Now, some people might go, well, that's kind of rude to say that. You know what? It broke my heart when my grandmother died. But being able to laugh about that and go, you know what? Grandma kind of got the last laugh. She was right all along. That makes something difficult much easier to cope.
That's true, and it's one of those deals. If you don't have that kind of sensibility, you may not find it funny, or it's not your cup of tea, or maybe it doesn't translate well in a story. But in that moment, at that time, it can really break up sort of the feelings of trauma, and sort of lighten the load a little bit.
You know, you've always read on the Reader's Digest something about laughter is the best medicine.
I think that's true.
And I think it is true too. And it's proven scientifically. You release endorphins when you laugh.
Thank goodness, because I've never released endorphins when I ran. So running is not the best medicine.
Well, I have news for you. When we get back home, we're going to start walking again.
Well, I'll walk, but I've never released endorphins walking either. But you know that runner's high or whatever? I think the only way I get a
No,
runner's high is if I picked up like a desire to smoke pot while running, which I have no desire for either.
well, also when we're walking, you're too busy thinking that people are looking at you because you've got two walking sticks.
What was that phrase for underdog?
I don't know. I don't remember.
It's a bird,
It's a
it's a
plane.
plane, it's a
It's Superman.
it's a dog, a frog. Not bird nor plane nor even frog. It's just simple of me like underdog. It's a bird.
Oh,
That was a long way around to get to that joke. I ended up going to California to get to Florida.
you were apparently using the map I was using to get you to Nebraska.
That's the thing, you know, as far as I've been thinking about these upcoming shows in Arlington that I'm doing. And I always open up the show with anywhere from 15 to 60 minutes of stand up. And I often talk about like, you know, relationships and things like that. And I've really I've never had the nerve to talk about like my family because it's stuff that I find funny. I don't know if the audience would find funny.
Well, you know that I talk about my family. Well, it's funny because you've never really seen me do straight stand up except for one time at an open mic.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. You did like 10, 15 minutes or so.
Yeah. Just the first time I ever got back on stage again, I thought we'd try it out at open mic, and after that I go, I think I'm good. We're not gonna have to do 100 of these.
Right. No, I think you're back in shape. You're
Yeah.
back in rare form.
I just was thinking about something. Boy, it's hard when you're the business partner, the gatekeeper. When do we work Cicada Arts? That's June, isn't it?
July.
July.
Cité des Arts is a very small, lovely, intimate theater in downtown Lafayette, Louisiana.
I was just nervous that we had Cicada Arts and then we had to be in Bash's room. And I thought, oh my God, we're not going to make it. But no, it's a month apart.
Yeah. No, no worries, no problem.
The hamster was on the wheel, but only with 3 legs right there. He's kind of limping.
All right. fair
Limping
enough.
along.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry I brought everything to a screeching halt, but it's a great theater. It's a great little theater, and they do the open mic night in a small room, and we're doing our show in the
In the theater. The theater's about, I don't know, it's small. It's like 80 seats. But they do plays there and one-man plays and all. I think they show movies
And it's
occasionally.
funny, my old buddy Jimmy Pineapple, who we used to do comedy together in Florida all the time. He used to open for me a lot. His brother owns the theater, so I'm very excited to meet him too.
Well, both of them. They're lovely men. They're very nice people.
Very nice people. Very nice people. You know what I love about the way our life is working out now?
Do tell.
I like it because we get to pick and choose who we work for.
Yeah.
We can actually, when I was doing this before, I worked because I had to. That was the only way of making any money, and I took gigs whether I liked it or not. Now I get to work with somebody I really enjoy working with,
Back at you.
and we can pick and choose the people we want to work with. And we're very lucky because we've gotten great people on 99% of everything we booked.
96%.
I was thinking you were getting ready to unload there for a minute. Did you get it?
Nope. And no, and I dropped it down a bit because it's the one, it's what one you're thinking about, and one you're not. Oh,
Well, I was thinking two people at the same place.
Same place.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell I'm thinking? By the way,
See, it got quiet. All of a sudden, now we have to think.
For those of you on Renee Bray's Facebook page, we're not responding to you. Not that we don't want to, because we love to. We love what you write. We love responding. We love the interaction. We're in a really awkward space right now. The only place to podcast was from my hotel room. It's really small. So the closest we could get the phone was the edge of the bed, and we can't see what y'all are writing. So I am so sorry we're not being responsive.
If I'd have known, I'd have brought binoculars from.
We would have at least opera glasses, because you're demure.
What?
Oh, look, it's Naniki.
I'm sure we got book bag, Becky. Somebody wrote a long comment. Can't you scooch up there?
I can.
Can
Everybody.
you scooch?
Oh, my God. Everybody's going to have to deal with it. Hang on. Holy crap, what a guess. It's Naniki. You, Steph, and Kay killed at WC, the water closet. My youngest boy and friend loved you, and you blasted them, and they had to attend the day show, and they all loved you.
That is so sweet.
You really were fabulous.
That is so sweet. Thank you so much.
Pamela Pearson's on. Hi, Pam.
Hey, Pam. Hope you're doing good. Nancy, thank you. I really appreciate that. I had such a good time. And see, you know what was fun about doing that show?
Give me the...
You know what was fun about doing that show in Wilmington? There were two shows. We did the clean show, and then we did the dirty show later.
Right.
But what was so fun was to watch people's faces, because I was very quiet and shy and didn't hardly speak in high school.
Were you demure?
Yes. Yeah, and Carol Kessling's got a big mouth. I
In
didn't
what
know,
way?
because she told Melissa Stein and Troy Dickey, because you know I sat her with them,
Yeah, of course.
what a sweet and shy, quiet person I was in high school. And I go, don't tell him that. He'll think he can yell stuff at me like he did the first time.
Well, no, he wouldn't, because he learned the first time he yelled.
No,
things
he
at-
didn't learn. He did not learn
He
anything.
may not have learned, but he certainly recognized that getting slapped down was going to be an option for you.
I love them. I love them. And then we had Jewel and Dennis.
Right?
Lovely people. I just had so much fun at those shows we did. They were just great fun.
By the way, for those of you watching on YouTube, the word laptop is especially
Apropos.
apropos, right? Because it's.
I think that's French too.
It is?
Look at us. We may have to get, what do you call it?
We're speaking the language of the love. Like
Well,
to
I
personally
think
apologize
you just,
to all the people in France and all French
and that
speakers.
wasn't even, Zillah does not sound French.
L'amour.
Now, the translation's going to have to be at the bottom since we're speaking so much French. They're going to go, that girl that spent most of her life in Georgia, French is not going to do well.
Well, you do French better than I do.
Well, that's true. That's very true.
So, let's see. We are heading to Arlington tomorrow. Shows Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Heading back to Lafayette on Sunday.
Oh my God, and I can't wait to get home. Let me tell you, it's always been like this for me. I can't wait to go on the road,
Right?
and then I can't wait to come home.
Also right.
But this time, more so than I think ever before.
Really?
Here's why. Oh, I hate to say this. This is going to hurt a little. I really miss your cooking.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know why that would hurt.
Because then I figured I'd have to hear the whole cracker story again. And I just can't. Please
Well, here's the best part. I wasn't going to say the cracker story because I was going to wait to see if you would. Good for you. Thanks for bringing it up. I appreciate that. I was going to let it go. Meanwhile, you're like, cracker, cracker, cracker. Please don't talk about the crackers. You know what? The crackers is something I don't want to talk about. What about the crackers? I'm like, well, if you want to talk about the crackers, I will do that if you'd like to.
The thought of being in a car with you tomorrow for 12 hours, honestly,
Uh-huh.
can't wait.
No, we have a good time in the car.
I know we really do. I missed you today. I honestly did. I'll really appreciate you.
Renee was back at the house with her son. She was doing some packing. She was your own favorite packy.
I was my own favorite packy today.
And I was doing hotel stuff. Whatever that might be.
Insert obscene joke here.
But just a joke. I mean, just a joke. I was thinking.
You're
So today, hey, Renee, you know what I was thinking today?
what, Slim?
Probably not for the internet,
Oh God.
but for the road. So can I inside baseball people about something you used to do on stage?
What I did?
Yeah, with other comic buddies of yours.
Okay. Yeah.
So, for instance, when Renee would do shows, not always, not often, just once in a while, and only with certain comics, and maybe only one comic. I don't know all the details. But before the show, they would decide that there was like a list of words that each comic had to somehow, some way slip into their set, using that word at least once in a sentence. And the list could have been like 5 or 10 or 20 words. I mean, it's a lot of words.
There were several comics that where we would go, are you bored doing the same old crap? Yeah. Okay, so let's live on the edge a little bit. And we would go to separate tables and each write 10 words, just random words, and we could see it was a contest to see who could use the most words from that list during their set, but you couldn't just yell it out. You had to make it a joke. And honestly, those were great exercises for what we do on stage now. Because you have to think on your feet, and that's what we do during the Road Comics Adventure Show.
So I don't know what made me think of this. And then now, especially talking about swingers parties, strip clubs,
Dear God, this is not going to be
nudist resorts. So during our Road Comics Adventures live show, how would you feel about each of us at some point during the show telling an intimate story but using as many euphemisms and other types of words that make it sort of hard to follow, but you kind of think you're following it, but you're not sure you're following it?
Might be interesting.
Might be interesting.
You know what it would sound like?
What?
A podcast.
Yeah, but so like I don't know if I want that in it. Like, I don't see. I've spent a good portion of my life, my adult life, being able to say things in a certain way where you kind of sneak it by. And I'll give you an example.
I'm sorry. Did you not hear the part where the last 5 years of my comedy career, I did mostly corporate?
I didn't say me and me only. I didn't say exclusively. I just said me,
Yeah, I mean, I learned my way around. I know every synonym for the F word that you can come up with.
I don't doubt it. But like, for instance, when I said that one guy weighing 130 pounds wore a G-string that was way oversized, that when he turned his back to the audience and bent down,
he let his
yeah, right. So I could have been more direct, more crass, or more internet unfriendly.
Well, yeah, and see, anybody can do that, and that's what these younger comics don't understand. They want to be as dirty as they can be, and they think it's shocking. No, idiots. Go back and look at George Carlin and I talk with my hand.
That's fine. Just put your hand off your side. You're such an attractive person. You don't want to hide this mug.
Well,
You don't want.
be
You don't want to hide the mug.
be sweet to me, because then you'll make me blush.
Well,
and
you just
giggle.
like, you know what? Let the mug be exposed.
But young comics, they think they're coming up with stuff new, like all of this crowd work and stuff that they think is brilliant.
Right.
Yeah. How long ago did you start doing crowd work?
19.
I know you were doing it in 1990. I watched it.
Early 1980s.
Yeah. And I know I started it probably the mid 90s.
Right.
And but they think they're brilliant.
Well, I mean, there's the joke that there's no new jokes or whatever. You know, it's been said there's only 7 jokes ever written, and there's only variations of it. And I mean, I think that's a gross exaggeration. But you know,
This is a craft that you have to work at it. And it's the one thing that literally you can't practice at home.
no.
The only place to practice it is by doing.
Yeah, I mean, you can.
I don't want a doctor that goes, hey, look, I went to medical school and learned what I'm supposed to know, but I have to practice it.
And yet they call it a practice,
Yes.
which I'm not comfortable with.
Yeah, me neither. Don't practice on me. I don't need to.
By the way, I was hired to do a corporate show.
Oh my God, this is a great.
And it was by a pharmaceutical.
And you know, I just kid you a lot about your stories. You know, I love your story.
Well, I'm not going to be Henny Youngman. Like, I'm not going to go like one-liners. I'm not writing Dangerfield. I'm a storyteller by trade. Storyteller. I'm the storyteller by trade.
Look, Pepe Le Pew.
Once again, I'd like to personally apologize to all the French speakers out there. Anyway, so if you've ever been to a doctor, and I'm sure you have, doctors feel like their time is very valuable.
Do me a favor.
What?
Don't pause there.
That's a good call. Good
Because
point.
all I can remember is one of our very early podcasts. Do you remember? You had just gone for a physical and did that whole diatribe about what happened at the physical. So feeling from the doctor's always just made me have a little giggle.
So if you've ever been to a doctor, you know they feel like their time is very, very important. Therefore, they will book several appointments, like for 9 and 9:15 and 9:30 and 9:40 and 9:45 and 9:50. So when you show up, no matter what time you show up, there's anywhere from 2 to like 20 people in the waiting room waiting to get in, because they want to make sure that when they're done with one patient, there's the next 2 or 3 ready to go, because they want to maximize their schedule. Consequently, you could be waiting at the doctor's office, first in the lobby and then in the exam room when it's your turn, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour longer, right? And they do that to, not all, but most do that to everyone. So a pharmaceutical company hired me to do a show for like 150, 200 doctors. And I made the venue start the show like 30, 40 minutes late on purpose. I was there an hour early. I always get places early. I'm always early. I made him start the show like 30, 40 minutes late. And when I got up on stage, I go, hey, I'm sorry we're running late. I had another show scheduled. There was a conflict. And I thought they'd laugh. They didn't.
And I'm only the second manager you've ever had.
I thought they'd go, wow, that was really clever. See what you did. You turned the tables, and I guess the table turning was not amusing to them at all. I thought it was kind of fun. I wasn't mad. I thought it would be funny, right? It was like you're literally in the shadows and you're covering your face.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, because I was getting ready to do.
No, you were frozen, like you were thinking about it.
No, I was. For a change, I was listening to the story.
I wonder if I want coffee. Do I?
Well, you know, I'm used to being at our little desk and everything.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is, I love doing the podcast. I love doing the podcast with you. The setup is a little bit awkward.
Except, look at me. I sat up through the whole thing.
This is one you're like actually paying attention to your posture, which I appreciate.
Well, I told you, I looked at the video we did at the winery, and
Yeah.
I go, my posture sucks. And I hate my hair. I was really looking forward to getting my hair cut on Friday, but I'd rather meet Ted and Susan,
And who else?
Sandra, or Andrew, and Sarah.
Yep.
I am looking forward to meeting them.
They're the nicest people on the planet.
Well,
They're
not only
wonderful.
that, they're on my side already. You know how I know?
No.
Because you were at their house when I called you and said, I have an audition for you with the national.
I had a broken bone in my ear and
Oh
an
my
ear
God.
infection.
We're putting
and
that on the wheel of excuses.
I was sick. I was sick. I didn't want to dip down to Florida. I was sick as a dog.
You didn't even know whether you were going to have to dip down. And guess what? If you'd have dipped down to Florida to do that audition, had it been the next week,
I was
you
sick.
could have met me 2 months earlier.
I had 110-degree temperature. Kelvin.
Did you not hear what I said? You could have met me 2 months early.
I know, but I wanted you to really want it. So we decided to wait so that when we got together, you're like, oh my God, I've been waiting so long. Yeah.
35 years wasn't long enough.
Nope. 35 years, 6 months. 5 months.
Oh, it was?
Drink already.
Oh.
We're just going to be quiet until Renee gets some coffee in her.
Well, I'm also tired of holding it.
Walk it away. Oh, really? The microphone and the cup? Merry Christmas.
Oh, by the way, what did you do with our bottle of wine that Bill gave us?
Oh, that's right. We got a bottle of swamp juice.
Swamp juice wine.
Yeah.
And
It's in my pack already.
okay, I
It's
just
warm
want to
back.
make sure we didn't leave it.
No.
Because we're going to have to use that to celebrate them.
By the way, here's like not a spoiler alert, I guess, just what are they even called?
But now I can't. I didn't do that on purpose. Now it's just for some reason. It's just
Oh my
like right
God.
there. I don't know.
So it turns out, and this is just like a little snippet of what Bill was talking about. If you're the kind of person who ever gets like headaches from wine, it's because these large batch wine producers, where they ship it around the country, they have to, and where they age it for like years, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, a lot of preservatives.
Yeah, and that's what gives you the headache. They don't do this with a small batch of wine.
So they're not aged like a kabillion years, but no preservatives. And it's likely that when you drink this really specialized small vintage wine with no preservatives, it's all the flavor, none of the headaches.
And here's what really got to me, that there is liquor. Where's my cup?
I have it right here.
Okay.
Do you want it?
I'm ready again.
On my couch.
Thank you.
You really need you needed a rest?
My arm got tired.
Huh?
You know, I have problems with
I
that.
do.
That's why I can't hold cameras up for hours on end. My arm is weak, but that's okay. Because when we get home, we're going to start working out with the weights and stuff.
Right. Okay.
So then I'll be able to hold my cup and my vape at the same time. But what I found fascinating is there is wine-based liquor.
So like a tequila, a vodka, a rum.
But it's made with wine.
And the funny thing is, the way the laws read, a club that has only a beer and wine license
Can now make mixed drinks and cocktails. I'd like to point something out.
do.
Jimmy Leonard comes by just to say hello because we had talked to him on the internet.
Loved Jimmy Leonard. Great guy.
Didn't I tell you he's a character? It kind of scares me, the two of you together.
Loved Jimmy Leonard.
Can't have you two together very long because those are two minds working together that I don't need.
I want to meet Russ. I want to meet Christopher. Thrilled I met Tim Custis.
Yeah.
Love Jimmy Leonard.
Yeah.
Love them all.
Love them all. They're all good boys. Good Wilmington, Ohio boys. But so he stops by the winery just to say hi to us. As Bill is explaining about this liquor, and Jimmy goes, well, let me get a bottle of the tequila. And I go, there you go. That's why I love Jimmy Leonard right there.
Man, talk about a team player. We hadn't even had our show there yet, and he's already bringing in business.
Yeah, you can't beat that. I hope we look good to Bill. I hope he knows we're coming.
I think so. I hope so, too. By the way, I see Daddy was right in here.
Hey, Daddy-O. We always look for you. We look for, it's funny because with social media, this is all about a numbers game to everybody else.
Well, I mean, and it is, and it's supposed to be to us, too, and numbers are fine. But, if we have 10 people or 10,000 watching.
It's funny because this is almost like sitting down at the family dinner table
Right.
every Tuesday night for me. I look for Nancy. I look for Pam. We look for
Holly, Janine. We look for Joanne. We look for
And-
Daddy-O.
and I want breakfast in the morning. I gotta have you say and
Becky.
have you lost your mind?
I just wanted to see how much breath I had. Am I blushing? My cheeks are on fire.
This is my favorite part of the podcast.
All I want to know is, did I carry a tune?
Anyway, I can't believe you're not impressed with me tonight.
For being mean to me?
No, for using "Let My People Go" twice.
Yes.
Twice.
Yes, being mean to me.
Because no, you know where I wanted to use it? When we were talking earlier today and you told me about canceling what is it? What did you cancel today?
Oh.
No, wait a minute. Because, hey, we got to see, how long have we been on?
Hour 36.
Oh, you're kidding me. We got to get home.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. It's
We're supposed to do it.
it's 8:40.
Why hasn't my son come back?
I don't know if doesn't he have a key? He should have a key. I thought
He has.
did.
You gave him a key.
Yeah.
He should be back with the dog.
Well, now we gotta. He might be outside the room waiting for us to.
Wonder if that was him. Hold this.
Yeah, when the thing happened, I saw the tripod cover fall down. So I mean, I know it was that.
You know what? We got to really start working out because
I know it's rough when standing up from a seated position becomes a problem. I can tell you that right now. Right. So I've been thinking long and hard about just different subscriptions that I have. One of which was to satellite radio, and I don't listen to it often. Well, we'll finish this up and we'll give him a call.
Yeah, because I promised him an hour.
Oh, well, you know what? We went long.
I was having fun tonight.
Yeah.
These
We're
are
still
fun.
on. Before getting trust, let's go ahead and sign up. Like, you can't
These
just leave.
These are my people.
Dude, seriously.
Well,
No, like, let's go ahead. One thing at a time. Focus.
I am focused. I can actually
You-
listen to this story.
You were literally fixing to leave.
No, I was just putting my shoes on to get ready.
That's fixing to leave.
Oh, don't let me forget my coffee cup too.
I'm gonna save this this satellite radio story for next time. Oh, I never do teasers. That's a teaser. Segue. It's time to go.
You know what else we didn't do on tonight's show?
Oh, what?
Six.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I'm gonna get people watching the Kinleys.
One way or the other. And don't forget 1-800-RENEE now. Just spread it out. Pass it along. Let people know it.
Do you know what? There are more people calling me Renee than call me Renee.
My job here is almost done.
That's funny. I have different names I call you.
Oh, yeah, I know. And it's not like you hide it.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ruin your story.
No, we'll do next time. As it turns out, we like to keep it at around an hour 30, or so. And then
Right.
also,
But tonight, because we are leaving in the morning, and my son goes to work very early in the morning, he's been doing a lot of extra work to help us with the dog.
yeah. So
And,
we got to back up and move the family.
and now I'm wondering where the hell they are.
Well, we'll call them in a second. So that said, you know where to find us because you're here. It's the people that aren't here that don't know where to find us. Tell your friends.
By the way,
Help
you
us out.
guys, please share, and that means try to get your friends to watch this crap. I mean, this show too.
Well, tomato.
We are comedy's most adorable train wreck.
That is a fact. We're America's most adorable train wreck. So that said, this podcast, Spotify to YouTube and iHeart and Apple and Amazon.
You know
They're
where we're
everywhere.
not going to be?
Where?
We're never going to be where? Where'd you cancel today?
Oh, satellite radio. No, I mean, I'll be on satellite radio. I just am not paying for the subscription for it.
Yeah, I bet we don't get our morning show on that.
Well, I see. I didn't mention their name, hoping that nobody connected the dots.
Seriously?
Ah!
Do you see what I did right
That
there?
was very clever. Anyway, so please help us out. Let's build a community.
Because you know what's funny?
we'll
ahead.
build a community, but like even if there's big streets with lots of houses in our community, all of you are staying with us in the magic house.
You're terrible. Let's go find my... You know what's funny is I'm like, him and the dog haven't come back. They've been gone an hour and a half. That's a long time.
hour 40.
I just want to make sure nothing's happened. I don't care how old your kids are. I got a 42-year-old kid with an 8-year-old dog. I'm sure they're okay.
Just double checking them.
Just double check it.
All right, man. So with that said, we're getting out of here and we're going to sign off with our normal signature goodbye. We're out, bitches.
Bitches.